Welcome, Uneducated Duo Podcast fam. My name is Pablo.
And I'm Gerald.
And what's up, man? How you been?
Chilling, bro. Kicking it.
Kicking it? Yeah, we just had Thanksgiving this last week. It's pretty dope. It's a good time, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's fun. It's weird to me how, like, at Thanksgiving or Christmas, we always have to, like, play everything in, like, a weird translated way.
We didn't even have to do that this year, did we?
Well, not
the
us
girls were doing it.
Yeah, the girls were doing it. They're playing that, like, adult fucking...
Two truths, one lie.
Whatever it was game, yeah. That, like, drinking game, right? I feel like that's a drinking game because I've seen people play it as a drinking game where it's, like, two truths and a lie. I didn't know it was, like, a card game that you could buy, too.
I don't think they were playing it as a card game.
What was the card game, then, that they were playing?
That was playing 5 Second Rule.
Oh,
that's the uncensored version, yeah. But they were playing like two truths and a lie.
Okay. Because I saw them playing the card game, and I was like, I didn't know they made that shit in a card game. But I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. That's like an adult version.
You can make funny adult version games. To me, aren't that fun because they always go for like the very like low hanging fruit, like sexual joke, and sometimes. Yeah, that shit's funny. I'm not going to act like that shit's not funny, right? But it's funny when it's also mixed in with shit that's, like, not disgusting, you know?
Yeah, it was basically just balls and vagina.
Yeah, like all those games. That's why, like, I remember playing fucking...
Well, that's why it's adult, though, bro. Because, like, I mean, what else really is adult, you know? Because anything else can be included in, like, a everybody version, you know?
I know, but I'm just saying, I like when shit is made adult and isn't already adult. Like when I play Cards Against Humanity, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the shit, I remember specifically somebody had like a very adult version, or a bunch of the cards are like really fucking weird, right? They got like adult ass shit on them.
Yeah.
But like those were never the funniest to me. Like the funniest ones were the ones that are like subtle like adult shit, but not like ha 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 my balls or ha 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 a dick, you know? Like that's not always the funniest thing. Sometimes I enjoy like a nice ass fucking joke like, I don't know, the Jews or just some bullshit that those cards have on there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a good mix when you have both. You got to have like the dirty humor with a little bit of that like classy ass humor.
I think it depends who you're around to, because I think that's like playing that game around your family is kind of weird.
It's so weird, dude. Having my mom fucking play that shit.
If you're around friends and shit, you know, it's kind of more all right.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, because I remember your sister kept saying, oh, my little brother's right there. My little brother's right there, you know? And that makes sense, bro. I mean, you don't really want to be saying shit in front of your little brother or your mom.
That's what I'm saying. It's a little weird because, like, around my friends, yeah, we'll talk shit and, like, it'll get fucking crazy. Like, if we're just fucking hanging out and talking shit, like, one friend will be like, talking about some girlfriend or something, and then we just all start fucking going in on his ass about, like...
And then the other dude's like, 72 guys, what the fuck?
Just, you're a bitch, bro. Why didn't you take her there? You know, just it gets crazy. But, like, yeah, with your mom there, like, I would rather play a game that's, like, a kid game, but then you make adult jokes as you're playing it, you know? Like, so there's kid jokes, adult jokes, and, like, you don't feel weird with your 14-year-old brother fucking playing or your mom sitting next to you.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it all matters, like, what kind of relationship you have. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all adults. Everybody knows things happen. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. I'm also a big fan of, like, when we do holidays and shit, I think when you do that kind of stuff, we got to figure out more games that are, like, interactive, right? Like, where, like, you're actually doing something. Maybe not all at the same time, right? Like when we did that gift wrap thing, that thing was fun as fuck. Or... some just games like that where like everybody's like watching it happen, so you're like fucking, you feel the energy, bro. You're like, oh shit's going down.
You gotta be the fucking ringleader of games, bro.
I'm about to, bro. I was thinking about it. I was all like, you know what? I'm gonna look some shit up and like make a detailed, like, see if I can find like 3 or 4 like real cool shit to do.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously there's like the go-tos. You know, like that rapping game we did, like that was cool, but like. I want to see if I can't, like, invent some shit where I'm like, you know what? This seems fun. And
well, I mean, a lot of these games are off of TikTok and shit. Because, like, there's this other one where it's, like, a relay race and shit. Where you got to, like, stack these cups or, like, flip a cup, you know? It's not even alcohol-based. You just have to, like, fucking do it, you know? But there's a lot of games out there. It's hard to plan a party, make the food, make sure your house is clean, and then trying to get all these fucking games together, you know?
Yeah, and then you gotta like hype the game up, because you can bring up a game and then everybody will be like, nah, like, like the energy just not there, and you're like, fuck, nobody wants to play that, because you'll throw one fucking party and we're all playing Connect 4, having the fucking time of our lives.
Yeah, yeah.
And then nobody gives a shit about like the planned hot potato or something.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, who really? Well, we always find something, you know. Like this last Thanksgiving, it was Smash Bros. We were fucking tearing that shit up, you know.
We did play a lot of Smash Bros. I played chess earlier too. Fucking kick some kids' ass.
Yeah,
chess.
yeah. Early on, we were just playing a bunch of board games, but it was like all over the place, bro.
Made him my bitch at chess, bro. All right, well, we start all our episodes with the one gotta go, and this episode we're doing South Park characters, and we're going with the 4 main characters from South Park. The 4. Fucking Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny. So you want to go first or second?
Yeah, I'll go first on this. It's really easy for me, even though I hate him, I love him, you know. It's going to be Cartman for me off first.
Nice.
Because he's the instigator in everything, bro. Like, you know, if there's ever like a right and wrong side, he's always on the wrong side, and he fucking plays that part so well.
I fucking love him, bro.
Yeah, I mean, really no boundaries with him. I think he makes a lot of the show, bro. Like, I hate to downplay the rest of the characters because they all have their special part in it. But he's just like the fucking crazy motherfucker in the episode, you know? Just an episode that comes to mind is when his mom won't get him a fucking iPad. And he gets so pissed about that shit.
Yeah, he's like, why don't you just fuck me?
And she starts saying it in the story. He's like, "You trying to fuck me, mom?"
Yeah, he's like, at least take me out to dinner before you fuck me, mom.
Yeah.
That shit's fucking funny.
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, Cartman, number one, he's just like such an out there character. And I remember when they were doing like the whole there was like a border one where he was like a border patrol agent and shit too.
Yeah,
like just so
funny,
many episodes,
dude.
Man. He's like the antagonist, and I love that shit.
I agree. Cartman, number one. He's my favorite characters, like that I think make the show aren't even all on the list because these are the main characters. But Cartman's one of my like guys because Cartman, he plays the villain or the person that they're going against a lot of the time, and it's not always like cut and dry where like he's the bad guy, they're the good guys. Sometimes they're the bad guys.
He's the only good guy.
He's like the good guy, but he's like the good guy who's really trying to do some bullshit later in the episode.
That's what I'm saying. He's like the antagonist, you know. The whole
but they
time.
give him all the dope ass shit. Like, obviously it's a TV show, right? And it's meant to be funny. And people are like all fucking woke and I don't want to hurt people's feelings anymore. But when Cartman fucking makes fun of Jews, it's fucking funny, bro. When Cartman makes fun of crack babies, it's fucking funny, man. I don't care what people say. South Park is so good at like showing you current news and topics. Like when an episode of South Park comes out, it is so up to date with like the times that you could literally watch that shit and call that real news with like a spin. Because obviously they put like a joke on it, right?
It's super exaggerated, yeah.
It's like exaggerated, but like it also doesn't come off like your CNN or your Fox News, right? It comes off as like, here's what was said in the news, and then they make fun of it so crazy that you're like, wow, it really was kind of a stupid ass thing that happened in the news.
Yeah, and that's what I love about like South Park in general is that they have no boundaries, man. They don't give a fuck about anything. They will talk about whatever the fuck they want. Because they were making fun of Asperger's, bro. Cartman was like shoving the burgers in his ass and selling them to the kids on the playground and shit.
I love that, dude. Cartman is so gold because he, oh man, I just love him. He fucking talks shit to everybody.
Yeah.
I like how he's like, some of the most racist shit that he says, I find so funny, bro. Like, there's an episode specifically that I like. This one little scene that I love is when Token, who's like the black kid in town,
yeah,
he goes to his door and he's all like, Token, get your bass guitar and meet me at my house. And Token's like, I don't know how to play the bass. And he's like, Token, you're black. You know how to play the bass. Meet me at my house.
Yeah, man. Just no boundaries with it. And Cartman is like the fucking, like the king of no boundaries, you know? Like that's what the character is. So yeah, Cartman, it's easy, number one for me and for you, I guess.
Yeah, people don't make fun of it either. Like he, I feel like South Park has just made fun of everybody so much, you know, that now they've kind of like, they're like grandfathered into the times, you know, like if they come out with some shit that's kind of like crazy, people just look at it like, oh, these guys are just like pure satire and funny. Nobody really gets offended unless you're fucking pop star piece of shit.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
19-year-old
I'm super shocked that nobody gets offended.
high horse.
The fucking PC world we live in is ridiculous.
Well, you hear about shit, like they'll be like, oh, fucking PETA or this group or that group doesn't agree with
But
the
they
South
just
Park
don't give a
episode.
fuck.
But like the general public, like the people the show is for, we don't care, dude. I ride or die with South Park. I fucking love it.
Yeah, and I'm sure if like Comedy Central ever cut the cord on fucking South Park, they would be fine, dude. Like, they'd make a website, release their episodes there. People would watch that shit. But moving on to my number 2, which I just want to say, like, all these characters are god tier. Like,
they are.
It's really hard. But my number 2 for sure is Kyle.
All right.
The reason it's Kyle is because he is the main person that Cartman picks on. Like, he just fucking hates him. And I feel like that hate duo is just so amazing, and it's nothing without Kyle, So he's like the yin to the yang or whatever. He makes fun of him because he's Jewish.
Yeah, I fucking love
like
the
he just
jokes,
hates
bro.
his mom, and we were just watching the movie, and he's singing that song. Kyle's mom's a bitch. He's big as a bitch. He's a bitch.
Yeah, I used to have that shit on my MP3 when I was like 13, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like back before iPods, back before Zunes. Like I'm talking old school, little fat, ugly ass MP3.
Yeah, just like his whole character is just amazing. Not that I think it's cool to hate Jews, but I think it's just cool that Cartman, they're like arch nemesis, but they're also like part of that friend group.
Yeah, they're like friends, but they're fucking dicks to each other.
Yeah. So Kyle's got to go off number 2 for me. Easy choice.
All right, I'm not mad at that. That's a good pick.
Yeah, my main reason again is just because Cartman and him play off each other so well.
I'm taking Stan number 2 because Stan brings a whole different dynamic to the group. Like, so Cartman, he's the guy that they make him do all the crazy, outrageous shit, right? Like he's the main bullshit dude in the show. And then you got Kyle, he's like the ray of light, like the good guy almost.
Yeah.
Kenny, who is like the one who like streetwise doesn't give a shit, kind of like poor. And then Stan, what Stan really brings to the table, like mostly, is like his family dynamic, because like he's defined so much by like his family. Because like every time Stan's in an episode like heavy, it involves like his family life. Yeah. And it kind of like his episodes kind of don't even involve the friends, like when they're focused. Like usually they're all in each other's episodes, but like Stan, you could do an episode of just him and his dad, or him and his mom and his sister, and like it's fucking dope as fuck. I love how fucking Stan's dad makes Stan's life so fucking hilarious. Like Randy, I fucking love Randy, dude. He's like one of my favorite characters in the show. So like, I can't get rid of Stan, man. Stan number 2 because he brings the family, bro. And a lot of the episodes, like he's like the main character of the episode. He's like the one struggling with the dilemma. Like Cartman will be the bad guy in his ear and Kyle will be the good guy in his ear, but Stan's the one with the real problem, And he's just like, fuck, who do I listen to, Sometimes he does the bullshit shit with Cartman, and sometimes he does the cool shit with Kyle.
Yeah. I agree. He's a cool character. And like all these guys are awesome.
He's got like one of my favorite episodes ever is Woodland Critter Christmas. I don't know if you know that one, but it's the one where like basically Cartman's telling a story about how Stan finds these woodland creatures, and they're all like, they worship the devil, and he helps them build like an altar, and like the son of Satan is born. And Kyle ends up dying from like cancer and shit. I fucking love that episode, bro. Woodland Critter Christmas. It's like one of my favorites.
It's funny, bro, because I was just thinking about it, and I'm a casual watcher of South Park. Like, I don't watch it in order. It's like kind of all over the place in my head, because I've seen episodes here and there. But you're like a diehard fan, so you can like name episodes really well. But I just like the nice like back and forth with that, because I'm not as hardcore. You're more hardcore. You have more information.
I fucking love South Park.
Yeah, and I love South Park too.
I've been watching it so long now, and like they step their game up, bro. Like they go from being like the episodes are kind of random as fuck at the beginning.
Yeah.
First couple like 8 seasons, and then
they get current, right?
Yeah, then a whole season gets like, it's a big ass progressive story that's current with like local news. Like when Trump became president, they had a whole like 13 episode run of like how he became president, who became president, why he's president.
It's so funny that you're saying that, because as we're sitting here, I'm thinking about Integrity Farms and how that shit was like a whole season.
Yeah, it was a whole season of them just fucking having a weed farm.
Yeah. So it's so crazy. But my last 2 choices, I got Stan and Kenny. My pros for both. So starting with Kenny's character, even though he doesn't talk, he's just so memorable to me because he always dies.
Yeah, that was
in
such
the
a big
episodes
gag.
I was watching at the beginning, because I think in the later episodes he doesn't die
not as much. Like a little bit of death sometimes.
Yeah,
but, like,
but not
in the first like 8 seasons.
Like
it's
every
death
episode. Yeah. So that's something that's memorable to me about Kenny. And then Stan, bro. I was just thinking about it, and I was like, fuck, dude, but Randy's related to him, you know? He's got to be cool.
Stan's dope.
Yeah. Stan's a cool character, too. So I'm, like, really torn because without Stan being in that friend group, you know, you don't have Randy, who's arguably one of the best characters.
He's so good, dude. When they focus on Randy only, it's so fucking fun,
like
bro.
When he becomes fucking Lord and shit, I'm like, what the fuck? Or
he's like, yeah.
Or when he's
Lord,
bouncing
Lord,
around
Lord.
on his balls because he's got cancer and wants weed and shit.
Yeah, I fucking love Randy, dude.
Like, just so much good shit. So this is a tough decision, but I think I'm gonna go with Stan. I'm gonna go with Stan.
Or to keep?
I'm keeping Stan. I'm getting rid of Kenny. Kenny dies once again, unfortunately. But I feel like Kenny doesn't necessarily make the episodes as great as the other three, in my opinion. Just because from what I've seen, he's always dying and shit. Like, I feel like if they took that out of all the episodes and shit, like, I'd still be all right. But then you got Stan on the other hand, who's always getting into shit. His dad fucking is amazing. And obviously he's in all the episodes with his dad and shit. So I'm getting rid of Kenny. God damn it, we killed Kenny.
All right, you bastard. I'm gonna go. What do I got left? I got Kyle and Kenny left, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I love them both. I have a fucking giant Kenny plush in my house because I just think he's awesome. But when you think about the characters in general, right? So like at the beginning of South Park, Kenny is so important because it's like a running gag, you know, like he dies, you bastard. It's just like a joke. It's like something I used to say when I was a kid all the time, you know?
Yeah.
But then later on, a lot of the episodes become like super centric on the other three characters, you know? Like they get like whole fucking seasons or 4 or 5 episode arcs.
And
where
Kenny's like getting one episode,
yeah,
you know?
And like, Kenny will get your one-off episode where he's like Mysterion or he's fucking...
There's one where like his
NASCAR
parents,
driver.
right? The parents, like the house, a bunch of nice shit gets built around their house.
Yeah. Sopa.
Yeah.
They build like a new neighborhood around his poor ass house.
Yeah.
And they're like,
God damn it.
You want a loft with a view of Kenny's house? And there's like a loft and you get some Kenny's house and shit. Yeah, my problem with I love Kenny. I love them all. It's just that with Kenny, they can't really focus on him as a character as much because he just has the least amount of dialogue because there's always got to be someone there to translate what he's saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of make out the muffles like when they're like really detailed words.
I was going to say, really? I've never been able. I just hear...
Well, more recently, like it's been like you can tell what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like you got to have Cartman or Kyle or Stan who are like, oh, Kenny said this.
Oh, really,
and,
Kenny?
And then they and then they like go along with what Kenny's saying, right? So I have to get rid of Kenny and keep Kyle because Kyle, he like holds the group together. He's always got that moral compass, and like at first it was all super wholesome, you know, like they'd always have like something happen at the end of an episode, and now it's like he comes up with his lesson and he's all like, you know what we learned today? And now they're just like, hey, fuck off, Kyle. Like, we don't want to learn shit today or whatever.
And then there's that episode where Cartman gets Kyle fucking deported and shit. God damn it. He's like, wait. The Border Patrol's like, hey, how'd he get in here? How'd you guys get this kid in here?
Yeah.
Fucking love that shit, bro.
He sends him down there for the Mexican Joker or whatever.
Yeah, god damn it.
That shit was funny. Yeah, so I'm taking Kyle. I'm getting rid of Kenny. I think Kenny... If you asked me like fucking 7 years ago or something, when like before all the newer seasons that focused a lot on the other characters,
yeah,
I would have kept Kenny for sure because it's just like a running gag and it was hilarious.
Yeah, again, and we both think like all 4 characters are like god tier, you know, like they all play off each other. So
I think it's the best fucking adult cartoon ever. Like people come at me, I've fucking had discussions with so many people, like they'd be like Family Guy or they'll be like The Simpsons, and I'm just like my main points are, first of all, with The Simpsons is like the show just in general doesn't like tell a good story. It feels really, really like forced because they've been going for like 30 years, you know, that they're out of jokes, bro.
It's weird, bro. Yeah.
They're out of jokes.
I'm going to be honest. I've never been a huge fan of The Simpsons, but I respect what they are, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Me too. Like I respect what it is, but like if you threw on a new season for me and I watched it, I don't really like it. The only Simpson episodes that I'm like fucking hyped for are like the Halloween ones because they put a lot of effort towards their like Halloween episodes.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The whole thing. But so I always say no, fucking South Park's better. And then people will come at me. They'll be like, "What about Family Guy? Like Family Guy's like the best." And I'm like, "Nah, Family Guy's good, but it's also got this element of random to it. Like every episode, where like it'll hit and it'll miss. It'll hit and it'll miss. You know, like it'll be like Peter's flashback to this bullshit sucks, and then flashback to him fighting the chicken, which is fucking awesome, and then again flashback to something that's kind of terrible. And for me, it just feels way more random than like South Park, which will like be like, oh, you know what happened fucking last week on the news is in the new episode of South Park.
I think that's what like sets South Park apart for sure, is that they're so current with their shit, man.
It's so fucking current, dude.
Yeah, the way they portray the news is like amazing.
And it's good for the times, man, because like right now, like when the country's divided, right?
Yeah.
There's so much fucking like division. When let's say there's a topic we're like serious about, right? Like immigration or something, right? And then they come out with that episode of Cartman learning he can send people to immigration, and you don't look at it like, oh my god, it's so offensive. You're just like, that's fucking funny, bro.
That's funny as hell, yeah.
Like it's just good, and it adds that like soft touch that like can like alleviate maybe if you're actually stressed about the real issue. You know, you can watch the episode and be like, oh, that's funny, and then go back to focusing on like being like, okay, solve real problems.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was a younger kid, I probably watched Family Guy more than I did South Park.
It was on Cartoon Network.
But that doesn't mean that I think Family Guy's better. I just think South Park, especially now, like you were saying, you know, there's just a lot of current shit in it. Back then, the whole gimmick with Kenny, like that's memorable shit. If you ask me really about Family Guy, which I watched more, it's a lot harder for me to like recall episodes and shit.
Yeah, it's got some bangers, like it does, but
because I even watched Futurama, which is another one that always gets brought up and shit. But even Futurama is a little bit more like, I don't know, it's weird.
I think the problem with like the Family Guys, the Futuramas or whatever is that they come out fucking hitting hard, and then the later seasons don't live up to the earlier seasons. And for me, South Park gets better.
Yeah, because I mean, I would say like to kind of compare the two, Kenny dying is the same as like Stewie trying to kill his mom all the time.
At the beginning of the show,
same gimmicks, you know.
They got rid of that too, right? Stewie doesn't do that shit no more. Now he's like a fucking, like he's gay.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It's been a long time since I watched it, but yeah. I mean, from Family Guy, I'm always bugging my mom. I'll be like, Mom, Mummy, because there's this episode where Stewie's doing that to his mom.
The one that I remember a lot is when like fucking Peter Griffin falls and he's got like the skid knee and he's just like, ah.
Oh yeah,
because
I love that shit.
that was like one of the first memes ever.
Yeah.
Like that was like on a MySpace meme, you know, where like he's just sitting there fucking holding his knee and going, ah. Yeah, that's like the only that's the biggest thing from Family Guy that I can remember.
That's so funny. No, because they had this other gimmick where
huge.
like Cleveland's house would always get like busted and he'd fall out of the toilet.
Oh yeah,
or out of the
his bathtub.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, there's memorable things, but I agree. South Park is just like on a whole nother level.
Dude, it's fucking so good.
And again, it was on Comedy Central. When I was a kid, I wasn't really watching Comedy Central. I was definitely on, like fucking, what the fuck is it? Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network, yeah. Like the only reason I ever even watched Comedy Central was for South Park. I think it had like two fucking shows I would ever watch. It was like Chappelle's Show and South Park.
Yeah.
But the big reason that South Park is so like popular, I feel like, it's because the dudes, like, I don't know, dude. I just feel like it's the only show that really goes for it. Like, yeah, other shows go for it, but like fucking South Park, bro. The shit they be saying sometimes.
Like when people were getting all PC and shit, they bring in PC principle to the show.
They just bring in the whole character. That's
political correctness.
That shit's fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, I love that shit, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Like South Park, I watched a lot less than Family Guy, but I remember again a lot more South Park because it's just like I'm really into news and shit, especially more because of the show now. I mean this show, right?
The podcast.
Yeah, the podcast. So seeing that like kind of be cartoonized and exaggerated is just like so great.
Have you seen the documentary? Like how they show how South Park episodes get made?
I have seen it, yeah.
That shit is awesome. Because I never knew that like they actually had like SNL guys that were like working for them too that would like help them come up with jokes. Like, because they do that shit in a week. They're like all our ideas one day. The next day they figure it out. The next day they start making the episode. And then at the end of the week, that's fucking like that's the episode.
That's crazy, yeah.
And I think that's what makes it so good is because like it's just like first thought, first impulse. Like there's misses obviously, but like most of the episodes hit for me.
Yeah, yeah. And to be honest, to be able to put out great content consistently like that, it's really hard, bro. Like people just can't do that, but they're doing it, man. They're fucking doing it in a week.
I want to watch their play, dude.
Their play.
They have a play called The Book of Mormon that like makes fun of Mormons.
I think I remember that shit.
It's like it like was on Broadway and it like won awards and shit.
That's crazy.
And I think it just makes fun of Mormon people.
Yeah, yeah. And you were telling me like just to add to they don't give a shit, you know. They made fun of Scientology, I guess you had said.
Oh yeah, like this way back in the day when like you know how Chef used to be a big part of South Park.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he got fired. The guy who voice acted him got fired because he was complaining about, or I don't know, fired or left the show. Basically, he quit because he was like, I don't like how you guys are making fun of my religion. So they brought him back the next season for one episode, like his character, and they turned his character into a pedophile. And they were just like, hey, bro, fuck you. You know, we own the show.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna kill your character off and make you a fag.
Like so much good shit. Like they can make a towel and a piece of shit be funny, dude. Like a little piece of shit. Christmas poo.
Christmas poo, bro. I fucking love South Park. So good.
But yeah, man, that was our one gotta go this time, man. Difficult decision again because they're all god tier.
Yeah, we'll probably do another one eventually with like the side characters because a lot of characters in South Park that aren't the main characters play big roles. You know, like you got your Randys. Shout
out to Butters.
You got Butters. Yeah, Mr. Mackey's fucking hilarious. PC Principal, dude, like since he's been on the show is fucking hilarious too.
It's been amazing, yeah. It's a good show.
All right, so we're going to move on to shit going on in our lives and on the fucking internet. You know what's really weird to me? So this kid at my work, right? I was talking to him. He told me he's never eaten out.
Like at a restaurant?
Just anywhere. Like he's never been to a restaurant. He's never ordered like fast food. He's never, no takeout, nothing. And he's like 19. And I asked him, I was like, well, why have you never done that, right? Like I was, in my head, I was like.
Maybe he doesn't have money.
No, he has money. It's a job.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, yeah, that's what I would think.
Well, in my head, I was like, I don't know. Maybe he's like one of those kids that comes from like a really strict religious home. Because like that's what I picture when someone tells me that, right? It's like, oh, their house must be super strict in terms of like be here for dinner. We don't eat out, shit like that, right?
Yeah, yeah. We got beans at home.
Because honestly, I was like, this kid's got to be fucking Amish. Like, how the fuck have you never like had a Happy Meal? Because like even as a kid, I feel like your parents have bought you a Happy Meal. I feel like every kid in the fucking U.S. has ever had a Happy Meal. By the time you hit like 7 years old, you've had a fucking Happy Meal, bro. Like kids want that shit, and they'll cry for that shit, and a parent will be like, "Fuck, let's get a Happy Meal."
Yeah, yeah.
So it fucking like blew my mind because he was like super adamant. He's like, "No, I don't eat out ever." And now that he's got his own money, right, from work, he's like, "Now I just don't even want to spend my own money. Like I'm so used to eating dinner at home that I don't want to go out ever." And I was just like, how do you experience the world, man?
Wait, so even when he was a kid, they never took him out to eat?
That's what he said.
He's got to be shitting, dude. I don't believe that.
That's what I said, dude. I was like, you're fucking lying to me,
like,
man.
There's no way. Like, people get tired of cooking one day or they are not able to cook, you know. What the fuck do you do then?
I don't know. Ramen?
That's fucking weird, though.
Well, it also, like, it's kind of like, so he's never had...
Has he had a girlfriend?
I don't know if he's had a girlfriend, but like if his mom isn't ethnic, like so he's never had Japanese food, he's never had Chinese food, he's never had Mexican food, Italian.
The reason I'm asking is because like you go on dates and shit, you got to go somewhere to eat. You know, it's weird.
He just takes them home for the family dinner.
He's like, hey, I'm bringing a girl home tonight. Make sure to get an extra plate out.
Yeah.
So what was his reason?
Well, his reason now is that he doesn't want to spend his own money on food. But I think, it's from, like, the upbringing. Like, you're like, I never go out to eat, so...
Oh, you didn't deep dive? Like, what the fuck?
I didn't super deep dive. I mainly fucking made fun of him for being Amish, even though he's probably not Amish. I was just like, yo, bro, that's fucking weird. And then I told him, too, I was like, you got to go, like, come get ribs with me or, like, a steak or something. Because, like, you haven't experienced food if all you've eaten is, like, home... Like, a specific genre of food, right? Because, like, there's no way his mom... or his dad is cooking authentic, like, Chinese, authentic Japanese, authentic Mexican food, right? Like, there's so much more to try, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Food is the one thing, I told him, I was like, food is the one thing where, like, I spoil myself. Like, if I'm craving it and I've got the money for it and it's not going to hurt me, like, I'm going to go fucking get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I was even like, have you ever had pizza? And he said that he has had pizza once because he got invited to a birthday party and they had pizza. But he was like, I don't really count that because like I didn't like I would have ate whatever they gave me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a weird thing, especially in this time and age, you know.
Same with Chick-fil-A because like he eats at Chick-fil-A every day, right? Because it's his lunch. But he doesn't count that because they're giving it to him for free and it's his lunch at work.
That's crazy, man.
So I'm saying, I was like, so, because I feel like you open the floodgates, right? You're like, so if you had Chick-fil-A and you really liked it, right? How does that not like pique your interest to like be like, oh, you know, fucking, you know, Burger King's across the street, bro. Let me fucking walk over there and see what's up. Wendy's right back here. Because I feel like as soon as I hit 16 years old and I was like driving and had like enough money for a fucking McChicken, I was getting a McChicken.
Crazy.
Like I remember rolling up and getting McChickens with like $3, like $1 and $2 in quarters, you know? Yeah, I'll take 3 McChickens. Fucking give him the penny for the tax. Not the penny, the dime for the tax.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy, bro. Like, you just go home and make dinner every day, I guess. I guess that's like the old age, right?
He's churning butter.
Yeah, because, I mean, now we're just like all obese and shit. Ordering food.
Yeah, we order. Yeah. I mean, I guess it does serve him well, as in, like, you're not really eating.
Not even obese, but there's like people that are like unhealthy and shit because they're eating out all the time and shit.
Yeah, he's not eating super unhealthy, which is cool.
Yeah, because he's cooking at home and shit. I guess he'll make a good husband.
But that's like the only way I can see that working is like if fucking Gordon Ramsay's my dad, you know? Like,
he'd have to go out
to Gordon Ramsay's my dad. All right, I'm not.
He has to go out to like Amish country and shit to find a wife. Because you know they've never probably eaten out either.
Maybe, or maybe he's just gotta like, you know, let the wallet loose a little bit.
Imagine his Tinder profile says, "Have never eaten out."
He's super cool. Like, he's a cool kid. So I'm just like, bro, like, I'm gonna take you to IHOP. Like, I feel like we're gonna end up all going to IHOP one day, and your ass better be there.
And what do you say?
Like, he's just like, oh, I don't want to spend money on food when I can just eat at home. And I'm just like, have you ever had a ham and egg melt, bro? Fucking ham and egg melts are the shit, dude. I fucking live and die by the ham and egg melt at IHOP. I love that shit.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, bro.
I was like, I've been to so many places that I've been like, what do you call those customers? Oh, I'm a regular, like at 3 different places.
Yeah, where they know your name and shit.
Yeah, like they know who I am.
Yeah, I'm not like that anywhere, thankfully.
I used to be a regular at IHOP, like bad. I used to go like every Tuesday.
Lady knew you. She was like, oh, what's
yeah,
up,
she
Joe?
like knew us. She would like sit us down,
I
hang
know
out
what you
with us
want.
and shit.
Yeah.
Like she didn't even know our orders and stuff.
That's
I'm not a
funny,
regular anywhere right now because, you know, COVID kind of fucked that up. Couldn't go eat anywhere.
Yeah,
Can't
that's
go
true.
eat anywhere after fucking 9 nowadays. It's bullshit.
I love that shit because I hate eating like at restaurants and shit. So I'll just do a lot of curbside.
The curbside's cool, but I mean, just in general, you know, like
Because I fucking hate.
you get hungry at 10 and you're like, fuck, everything's closed.
Bro, I hate delivery apps and shit.
I hate it too, like Uber
So
Eats.
expensive, dude. So we got Beast Burger here in Idaho now.
Okay.
My kids love that shit because whenever we'd go on
We have it
trips-
here locally?
Yeah, they have it here now.
Oh, that's dope.
The fucking Red Robins do it. But that shit's expensive, bro.
Is it?
Because it's only delivery, so you have to order delivery. I tried ordering 2 combos the other day, and it was like $50.
For Beast Burger?
Fries, and a drink. $50. I didn't order it. I was like, fuck that.
Plus what are they charging you for like delivery?
So each meal's like $15, and then
20 for delivery.
almost $20 for delivery. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude. I'm like, nah, it's not worth it. Because we've had it at other places, and you can go pick it up and shit. But, yeah, no way. No fucking way, dude.
Now, I always tell because my sister loves using Uber Eats, right? She fucking lives and dies by like Uber Eats and DoorDash.
Uh-huh.
And I tell her all the time, I'm like, I'm not at the point in my life where I'm too lazy to drive to get food. Because like, where I live, there's a fucking McDonald's over there. Taco Bell, Jack in the Box. Like, I live surrounded by like 6 or 7 different places within 3 fucking miles in either direction, you know?
I could see where it's convenient for people to do it because maybe they're busy doing something else. Like if I was making a rug or something and I'm like, I don't want to stop doing this to go get food and shit, maybe I would do it.
I still wouldn't do it.
But I don't know if it's fucking, yeah. I mean, I've never actually ordered from those apps because it's so ridiculous.
Because even when I go get like, because like I'll treat myself sometimes, right? Like I'll be like, you know what? Today's the day we're getting something good. Like me and David the other day, we got Goodwood.
Uh-huh.
So instead of getting like fast food, we got like ribs and mashed potatoes and shit. Even that shit, like I call them, order it for carry out, and I go pick it up.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I can drive my fucking ass somewhere for 10 minutes and get something. Like I'm
Well,
not at the point
it's
in
also-
my life where I need some motherfucker to drop that shit off at my door.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're also at a point in your life where like you're single, you don't have kids. Like You don't have to load a fucking car full of kids and shit, you know?
Well, even you guys, though, for carryout, though, you're going to do carryout before you do, like,
Yeah.
DoorDash,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
100%.
Fuck yeah.
You're not
Fuck
gonna, you're just going to bring one kid and
No,
then bring the
I'm
food.
just saying for, like, other people, not myself, because I'm also kind of a penny pincher where I'm like, unnecessary expenses, no way, you know? And I feel like that's an unnecessary expense for sure.
That's a stupid-ass expense, bro. DoorDash.
But, I mean, people do that as a job, so, I mean, I don't knock anybody's hustle at all.
You can make good money.
I'm just saying it's not for me, you know?
My friend Mike does DoorDash. And
Yeah.
he says you get good money and they pay you, like, instantaneously because you get, like, a
card, right?
Yeah, they give you basically a DoorDash debit card, and they can pay you to that instantly or pay you to your like actual account, but that takes like days to process. So everybody just gets the DoorDash cash card.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm saying again, I don't knock anybody's hustle, just not for me, bro.
I wonder if they got like some statute limitation on that shit. Like they'll be like, "Oh, you didn't use your funds within 60 days. It's ours now."
I'm sure they charge some sort of fee because my wife,
Like a surcharge?
She used to donate, or she does donate plasma and shit.
Uh-huh.
And they give you a card where they deposit the money instantly. And each month they charge her $5 if she has a balance. So somehow I'm sure they get money.
They get their money back.
Yeah,
somehow.
yeah. But kind of moving on to things, I had mentioned something to you. You weren't really interested. I think it's an interesting thing just because of who the person was. And I like the brand. So Virgil Abloh, I'm sure some of you know who he is. He passed away. He was 41 years old. For those of you that don't know who he is, he was the first minority to be a lead designer for Louis Vuitton. So I think that's cool. I mean, I'm not a fan of Louis Vuitton.
I thought you said he was the Off-White dude.
So that's where the story kind of moves to. So he was the lead designer for Louis Vuitton. He then like left Louis Vuitton and started his own brand called Off-White, which ended up becoming like a super big brand, man, for like Hypebeast and shit.
Off-White is such a stupid brand.
I love Off-White, bro.
I hate that I like Off-White.
Yeah, I mean,
they do look cool, but it's also stupid.
I'm going to say I've never owned Off-White because it's too expensive. I like the designs, so I would make knockoffs of them.
Yeah, it's expensive, but like, oh my God, it's literally like, maybe at first like it was super innovative and shit, right?
Yeah,
but like nowadays I feel like Off-White is like, here's the Off-White stamp, bam, on the side of a shoe. Here's the Off-White stamp, bam, on the side of a purse. Here's the Off-White stamp, bam, on the side of a t-shirt.
Well, the main thing, like most God tier shoes are Off-White shoes.
Yeah.
Like, so that I think that's ridiculous. The designs are cool to me.
It's all about exclusivity, you know. He's got the brand recognition and exclusivity. It's like those motherfucking people who pay $300 for a fucking wrench that says Supreme on it. Like you can't fucking write that shit yourself in paint.
So I follow this guy on TikTok, and he's a lot about fashion and like, you know, old school shirts and shit because they're really popular nowadays.
Yeah, like.
And he was kind of talking about Virgil Abloh and like what he thought about him and shit. He's like, you know, it's very sad because before Virgil Abloh, it was mainly like white people with high-end clothing and shit. But he like brought, you know, colored people to the forefront of that, you know. So I guess it was more deep than that. Even though I like the designs, but he ended up dying. He's 41 years old. He died of cancer, actually.
Cancer, bro. That would suck.
Yeah, it sucks, bro, because, you know, he's at the top. And just to have that happen. But so rest in peace to him. I just wanted to mention him.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fashion dude in general, you know? Like, stuff like that, I'm not, like, looking to look stupid, right? Like, I'm interested in looking good when I'm going out to do shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I've never been the kind of person that's gonna
drop $1,000
drop $1,000 on shoes.
And I'm not that type of person either.
I'd buy Yeezys if I could get them like at a price I found reasonable. Like, obviously I'm gonna have to pay more than like what they cost, but I'm never gonna be like, here's $1,000 for shoes, here's a fucking $1,000 or $1,500 for like those ripped up shirts and shit that people wear, and they'll be like,
yeah, that was Kanye,
like, have you seen the guys, right, that are like, what's your fit cost? And they'll be like, oh, you know, shoes $1,400, fucking pants $600, belt, fanny pack $300. I would never be that guy, you know. So it's hard for me to relate to it.
Yeah. I mean, I like fashion. I would say I'm not fashionable per se. I just like the aesthetics and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I just thought I would mention it because of the whole minority thing, being in like high end fashion, and then him starting his own brand, which is more of like an urban brand anyways, you know. I feel like even though his shit is like so simplistic, like he's just adding like names to things. Like his shoelaces literally say shoelace, and shit like that.
Urban brands are the shit, bro. Those
Like
are
I
the
feel
cool
like he
ones.
just like that just adds an aspect to like a boring shoe.
Like
that
if you were
it's
Mexican,
missing.
like if you're Mexican and you were like 2000s, you're like going to middle school and shit,
Yeah.
like you were wearing South Pole, bro.
Yeah.
You were wearing
Rockaware.
Echo. Rockaware. What's the one that
Academics probably,
There's a bunch of those brands, like you wear that shit just because that's the cool shit in your time, and this dude's shit is the cool shit, but like the upscale cool shit.
Yeah. It's like the upscale urban wear.
That's like the
shit.
hype beast shit that the kid who has 30 bots on his computer buys all of them and then resells them like a piece of shit. We all know how we feel about resellers.
Yeah. And I just feel like, overall, I loved his designs. I don't know why they were simplistic, but they were cool. But yeah, rest in peace to Virgil Abloh.
Dude, remember? Okay, so was it last week? It might have been last week or the week before. We talked about that Peng Shuai girl, the Chinese tennis player who like.
Oh yeah. I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah, and she's like fucking. She said she got molested by some official or something, and then everybody thinks she's missing and shit.
Uh-huh.
Well, apparently a letter came out, right? An official letter from the. I wrote that shit down, from the China Global Television Network. From her,
Owned by the government.
from her came out that said that like, no, I'm safe. I'm at home. I never told the tennis association to print any of that stuff.
That's fucking crazy.
Right? But like I read it and I was like, this seems like that kind of shit where like the government put that out and they got her sitting in a cage.
Probably, man.
Because like they're just trying to like clean up their image.
Because they still don't know where she's at, right?
Well, they don't show a video of her or nothing, or at least I didn't see the video. Maybe somebody knows about the video, but I didn't see her. They didn't show her, so I was like, this just seems like that kind of shit where they're like putting it in your face, like, look, she agrees with us because she has to agree with you, or you're gonna fucking murder her and her family.
Yeah. That is crazy, bro. Especially someone that. Like, that just proves, like, nobody's off limits, because she's at the forefront of fucking tennis,
In China, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so I saw that so this is something that I, like, respect, right? Because a lot of businesses with China will do whatever. We'll be like, oh, what? You want Iron Man to have a bunch of Chinese doctors in it because that'll appeal to your audiences more, or, like, change certain things about movies. And, like, all these companies are like, yeah, fucking John Cena's out here speaking Mandarin and shit.
Yeah.
The Tennis Association told like the Chinese government and officials and shit, they're like, we're willing to lose the hundreds of millions of dollars that we get from like putting events on in China until you show us that like this lady is like not.
It's like, all right.
Yeah, it's like, all right. They were like, hey man, like we get it, but fuck that.
That's crazy, bro.
I think that's dope as fuck. I think like you gotta make that stand. I know you lose money in the long run, but like you can't just be letting like your world renowned players be fucking.
No. I think it's crazy that they just made her disappear and shit, and people are supposed to be cool with it,
Yeah, well,
It's
we're also
definitely
not
way cool that
100%
the
sure, but
tennis
like
association-
that's the feeling.
I mean, like, really, what can you be sure of, really? I mean,
With
we
a
know for
communist
sure
country?
you haven't seen her,
Yeah.
and we know for sure she put out some letter by the state-run news station, so, I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's dope. I think it's dope though that they're like, "Fuck that, bro. You better show us the girl before you think we're just gonna
do
fucking go over
nothing?
there and put the PGA."
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Not the
bro.
PGA. That's golf. What's tennis called?
Tennis is
PTA.
No. It's the fucking Wimbledon or whatever. I don't know.
That's in like England.
I don't fucking know, dude. You're asking me something I have no fucking idea.
Professional Tennis Association, PTA. It's like a parent-teacher association.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
That's dope though, bro. You gotta rep like that. Like I feel like I would do that. Like if somebody, it's like the same. I look at it almost like if like my mom went to some local ass mechanic and he fucked her over, then I'm gonna be like telling everybody, fuck this mechanic.
Yeah.
Like I'm spreading the
true.
word, like
Fuck that guy.
nobody go there because this guy's a piece of shit, and I want the money back or an apology or something before I fucking blast your ass on Facebook.
So just for some information, I think it's called the ITA.
Okay, well there you go. International
ITF, I mean, sorry.
International Tennis Federation.
Yeah.
All right.
I think so. But yeah, man.
We're out here Googling random shit because we're not really sure.
Crazy shit.
There's crazy shit everywhere.
Kind of talking about crazy shit, though. We were kind of talking about it a little bit. So our parents are from a specific state in Mexico, right? Called Zacatecas. And so my parents were planning to go to Mexico sometime in the spring.
Nice.
But they've been finding out that there's been all these killings in that state, bro, because that's the state they're going to go to. So it turns out that there's like a big old cartel war in that state, man. And it's kind of weird because I remember your mom had mentioned that they were like raising money for like farmers that had been like kicked out of their homes by the cartel and shit and moved into the city. And that was like 2 months ago. But now it's getting so crazy where like I watched this TikTok video where it was talking about the situation there. And they're like, yeah, I guess the situation down there is so crazy that half of the police force quit in this certain town. And they're like, yeah, but we're kind of exaggerating it because there was only 18 cops in that city anyways.
Yeah, so 9 people quit.
Yeah. But I guess on top of that, they're like taking the police chiefs and fucking.
Well, a lot of the main shit hasn't happened
officers.
in like the bigger towns yet, right? That's a smaller town, 18 cops. Because I'm sure there's more than that just in Jerez, Zacatecas, where they're actually from.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm not too familiar with
I
the
live
area.
there.
I don't know how big it is. I don't know how much police force they have.
I'm sure they got more than 18.
I just thought it was crazy because we have kind of a connection there. But I guess I was reading into it a little bit, and it turns out that like that state has a lot of like highways that lead to like certain border areas.
Okay.
Like you have to cross through those to get to wherever they're going.
Like they just got good highway connections.
Yeah, and they're fighting over that right now, like 2 cartels, and that's what's causing all this shit. But it's fucking crazy, dude.
I love it down there, man. I would go back to visit. I mean, obviously, I don't want to go down and get killed by a cartel or nothing.
Would you go now?
But it's nice as fuck. It depends. I'd have to know like the situation in the city I'm going to.
Yeah, because I mean, the city you'd be going to probably.
Because if I'm being honest, I don't even know how fucking big the state is, like size wise.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like
either.
relative to the state I'm in now, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Because I've never really studied fucking Mexican geography. You know, I only know the places I've been to, and I've been to fucking Jerez, Zacatecas. I've been to fucking.
You said you lived down there? I didn't even know that shit.
I did 3rd grade down there.
What the fuck?
I did 3rd grade down there, and then moved back up here 4th grade.
Damn, that's crazy.
When I was a kid, it was pretty cool, honestly. Like life there.
It's like simplistic, right?
It's just it was just different, man. Like school would only be till like 1:00. Fucking like lunch in elementary school back then, like. It's like what high school is here. Like they'd be like, "Oh, it's lunchtime," and then you'd get to walk around and buy your food. Like you'd have money, you'd buy like whatever they're serving, and you could go outside and like buy from the restaurants that are around. So you kind of felt more adult too, like living there, because like the school's way in the middle of town. You fucking walk all the way there from like my dad's house or my grandma's house. Plus, you get just in terms of freedom, like for kids, the freedom there for a kid is like crazy compared to here, because like here you can't let your kids roam around the neighborhood because
there's pedophiles and shit.
There's pedophiles, and it's also like it's not like a camaraderie of a soul community, you know. It's not like we're all the same race, we're all the same people, we all know each other, because I don't know fucking anybody in the subdivision back here.
Yeah.
We're there, like at least where we were at, like I felt like you knew everybody around. Everybody knew who your grandma was, like everybody knew about your family's local businesses and shit, you know. So like there's this sense of community that's like really hard to
duplicate.
Yeah. Like it's like it's almost how when you feel if you're hanging out with a bunch of Mexican people, like just locally, you know, like when everybody gets together and like they're hella cool with each other for like no reason.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like there's just that sense of community, and it's hard to like deny what it is. And it kind of sucks, bro. It's really sad, honestly, that they got all that cartel shit going down in Mexico all the time, because it's almost inevitable for it to go away unless like the U.S. gets heavily involved.
Yeah, because I mean the corruption goes all the way up to like president, you know.
It's all over you don't even know the fuck is like there could be like one good cop and like 99 bad ones. You have no fucking idea.
Yeah,
because you can pay your way through the border
no matter what. Yeah, because I remember somebody we know did that, and then I watched that podcast I watched with the Nelk boys. He was talking about how like he had some weed with him, and so Border Patrol stopped him, took his weed, and he thought he was going to jail and shit, and they found out he was like rich and shit, so they're like, all right, give me your passport and then just leave to your hotel. And then I guess the police chief showed up to his hotel and demanded $10,000 to give him back his passport.
Yeah, but they were bragging about that shit. They were like, that's fucking cool, man. You got the money. You can do whatever the fuck you want down there.
Not necessarily bragging. He was like, it was fucked up, but I mean, yeah, money gets you out of anything. That's why we love that shit down there.
Yeah. It's cool. It's sad as fuck, especially if it's happening in like our state or like our families are from.
Yeah.
Because eventually it'll get to like where we still have relatives, you know, like my grandma lives down there, my dad lives down there, I have a sister down there, so hopefully that shit doesn't get like crazy or nothing.
Yeah, hopefully not. But I guess a lot of the people involved are usually just like other cartel people, so I hope it's not like bystanders and shit, you know. That sucks.
They leave you alone if you have nothing they want.
But they do fucked up shit, bro. Like they
do
hanging people off of bridges. I've been on like these gore websites and it's fucked up, bro.
I've seen the gore websites too. Fucking my friend Johnny was like, did a report on cartels in like high school, and he was like watching a gore website like in the library, and I'm sitting next to him, and I'm just like, I look over, fucking dude's getting his head hacked off with like what looks like the most dull fucking blade in the world. And I was like, what the fuck are you watching, bro? And he's like, it's for my report, man. I was like, do your report on something happy. Like, what the fuck is this, bro?
Yeah, that's depressing, man.
It's hella depressing. But this is also depressing. Remember Jussie Smollett?
No, who the fuck is that?
You remember that name? It was the dude.
Oh, okay.
It's the black guy who was on Empire, and he hired two black dudes to pretend to be Maga, kick his ass, and like so you get all that like racial love.
Yeah, I remember.
He's going to trial finally. Like 3 years later, his trial is happening, and he's up for like 6 counts, felony counts or some shit.
That's pretty fucking crazy,
because he basically fucked over like, or he basically tricked the Chicago Police Department into spending a bunch of money on like assets and shit that they didn't need to because he just made the whole thing up.
3 years after, that's fucking crazy, dude.
That's how it is for famous people, bro.
Like they just keep delaying it.
They can just delay it. I guess they can just have their lawyers be like, "Oh, we got to push it back to a further date."
Some people like do that shit on purpose to try to get like their case acquitted or whatever.
Yeah, like statute of limitations or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was reading about it and I was all like, damn, I forgot how fucking stupid this dude was. Like first of all, he had 2 black guys pretend to be MAGA dudes and kick his ass, which just in general sounds so dumb.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, he hired like 2 Jamaican dudes.
Isn't it weird how we like assume
shit
about certain cases? Because in my head, I was thinking it was 2 white guys. Because
that's what everybody thought at first.
Because my brother was talking to me about like the Kyle Rittenhouse shit, and I thought that Kyle had killed 2 black people.
Oh, that's because they put that in the media.
Yeah, but it was actually 2 white guys.
It was 2 white guys, and apparently one of them was like a creepy ass pedophile dude.
Yeah. So it's weird how like you assume things.
It's also weird how you
maybe
associate.
It's told to you, you know?
Right? Because like the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, I'm not really familiar with everything. So like I know he got acquitted, so like maybe he was like legit in what happened. So I don't know, but the details of the story change it so much, right? Like, so like if you hear on the news it was 2 black guys, you're like, what the fuck, is it a racial thing? Immediately, right?
Yeah.
And then later on you hear, oh, it ended up being like a pedophile and another dude who has like a long ass rap sheet of doing all kinds of shit, and you're like, oh, okay, well, not that bad, even though it's still him killing someone. In your mind you're like, well, you know, like you don't say it's good, but you're like, is it the worst people to be killed?
It changes your mind, not necessarily that it wasn't bad, but that it's not racially motivated, because like that's important to me.
Well, also, like if I'm being honest, like as soon as you hear the dude that he killed is like the scum of the earth, even if you don't want to like consciously be like not that bad, like subconsciously a little bit, you're like, dude was a pedophile, and then you learn about the guy's story and you're like, what? Fuck that, what? But it's still, you have to kind of be like objective and be like, but he murdered 2 people.
Yeah.
And then look at it and be like, oh, okay, never mind. Like he was self-defense, you know, because he got off. So like they decided it was self-defense. So he was legit.
Yeah.
He was like Batman, basically.
So the Jussie Smollett guy, he's going to trial, right?
Yeah.
I wonder what's gonna happen with that. Like, is he getting jail time for falsifying like a police report?
I don't know, but if he does get jail time, right? Like, how the fuck do you hang out? I'm just taking, this is all my jail knowledge from movies, right? Like you go to jail and you got to hang out with the black dudes, right? They're not gonna accept.
Cool with you,
they're not gonna be cool with you if you tried to like fucking use your skin color in that kind of a way, right?
Yeah.
Or at least I don't feel like I would be. Like if I was in jail and like a Mexican dude came in and was like, yeah, so pretending my white friends were like, or my Mexican friends were white dudes and kicked my ass. Like I'd be like, yo, bro, what the fuck? Like you trying to sit at my table?
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
You know that guy was remember the Mighty Ducks?
Yeah.
He's in the Mighty Ducks.
Jussie Smollett is?
He's one of the little the 2 like kids that is in the first movie. They're like brothers, the 2 black kid brothers.
Oh, okay. Weird. I had no idea.
It is weird. I didn't know that. You can see it in his face that he looks like it, but like I had no idea.
It's weird how you don't notice characters because the voice of Zuko, I follow him on TikTok too. And he was like, he always posts like, I guess they get like residual checks from like shit they've been on. And he's always posting like old clips. And I'm like, what the fuck? I had no idea.
That he was in that show.
Yeah, or that movie or whatever.
Those residuals are crazy because they can get like residuals for some random ass show they did that'll be like $1. And and they just get it like every fucking
the way this guy bases
months.
it off of is like he's like, I'm gonna rate this check based on what I can go eat right now. So like the movie he did was like a dance movie, and he got like $430. I was like, what the fuck? But he had like a pile of them, dude.
Yeah, just residuals all day, every day,
it's
bro.
Fucking crazy.
I don't think I could ever be a voice actor. I don't think I could. I made a video making fun of voice actors the other day, and people got kind of upset a little bit because like. You know how we're both DBZ fans and we like Vegeta?
Oh, I saw your post on that.
Right.
Yeah.
But, okay, when he does Vegeta's voice...
Were people shitting on you for that?
Well, just some people did. Like, when he does the Vegeta voice, he sounds different than when he does the Piccolo voice, right? Like, he differentiates his, like, tones enough to where, like, you think it's two different voices. Mm-hmm. But that Piccolo voice he does over other shows that I've seen, like, it's the same voice he uses for other characters, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I put up a video and I was like, this is why I can't watch... like anime in English is because I can recognize that this is the same voice all the way through, and then in my mind I just think of the main character that I've seen him in, you know. So like for me, I'll watch it and I'll be like, that's fucking Piccolo and everything, you know. And a lot of people were like, yeah, but in Japan they do that shit too. And I was like, yeah, but Japan, like Japanese isn't my first language, so I can. It's a lot harder for me to pick up on their not social, but their like verbal cue. If like the same Japanese dude did like different voices and like made them slightly different, it'd be way harder for me to be like, that's the same fucking guy, than if the dude speaking English is doing it, because I speak fucking English.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, their point made a lot of sense to me too, because I mean, even though you don't I don't think you pay as much attention to the voice because you're obviously reading.
Yeah, because you have to read the fucking thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was like, I don't know, man. I can't handle it. It's weird for me to hear. It's more weird if like it's a character that I've listened to a lot. Like if I watch fucking DBZ my whole life and Krillin is like the most unique voice in that show. Yeah. And then that motherfucker's in another show and you hear the same voice. You're not going to think, oh, this character's awesome. You're going to think, what the fuck is Krillin doing?
Yeah. I mean, that makes 100% sense.
You know, it's like, that's fucking weird. It's like if fucking Drake Bell from fucking Drake and Josh just started being the voice of Jimmy Neutron or some shit. Like you'd be like, what the fuck is happening here?
Who the fuck is that guy? Yeah, because every time I watch that Zuko guy's videos, I only picture Zuko's voice.
Yeah, just to get, right? That's all you can see him as. You can't even picture him as like the other characters.
Yeah, but the character you were hating on or the guy you were hating on, we actually met and I thought that was
I wasn't hating on him. I just used him as an example specifically because it's such a recognizable voice.
Yeah.
Because I love him. I think he's dope as fuck. But like they're making it, he gets so many star roles because there's only so many voice actors in English that he's in like 5 of the 12 main animes that are out, right? So you're like, fuck, I hear him in all of them.
I think it'd be so cool to be a voice actor.
It'd be dope if you could do it.
How do you even get into that shit? You know, you got to be at the right place at the right time or something.
I don't think so. I think it's just like normal acting, except like...
Because like out of here, how would you do it, you know?
Oh, out of here? Well, you'd have to move to California.
Probably like send videos or something. I don't know.
Get a Fiverr. Make a Fiverr account and be like, hey, I'll do voiceover work for $5. Starting at $5 for like this much time, $50 for this much time, shit like that.
It's crazy. I love Fiverr.
Because you could do that. You could just copy someone's profile that does it and then be like, I'll do it too. And then when they like someone hires you, you just be like, send them a fucking voice recording to be like, la 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 la.
You know what's funny? There's like a whole business based around like you have like a graphic design website. People send you jobs and then you send them to Fiverr for like way less, right?
Oh,
yeah, because it makes your company look professional. But then you were obviously just sending it to a Fiverr guy who's some random guy.
Then you're freelancing it to fucking dudes. That's actually kind of genius.
Yeah, no, it is. I've thought about it because you can even do that shit with like. Remember how we were trying to start that whole shirt design thing? That's how people were doing it. Was they were getting like designs from Fiverr, making their own website and using those designs to sell shirts and shit.
Yeah, they're out here finessing.
Because I was telling you, I would fucking sell MAGA hats and shit.
Sometimes you got to rig the system to get ahead, man.
Yeah.
You know what's fucked up, though, is when a dude rigs the system because he's a little bitch. So I don't know if you've heard the story about that football team in Texas. They're like 7 or 8 year old kids. And they
Had like grown ass adults or something.
No, they blew out their league basically. They beat everybody. Like the point differential at the end of the season for them was like 199-6.
Jesus.
Right? So they kicked everybody's ass. So the guy who runs the league and is the coach of a different team isn't letting them participate in the playoffs.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, and they're 7 and 8 year old kids, right?
Why are they so good though? Are they like recruiting and shit or what the fuck?
They're just really good. The coach's reasoning was like they're too good for this rec league. Like they're at the level of
like middle school kids or something?
Like a travel team or something. I don't remember what league he said. He mentioned like a specific kind of league, right? He was like, those kids are at that level, so I can't let them be in these playoffs, right? But he coaches a team. He's the father of a player on a team, and
they just happen to be the other playoff team.
Yeah, it's like, can you really punish one team for being that good? Like, it's not their fault that they're whooping your ass. Plus, they're 7 and 8. Like, everybody's getting that fucking participation medal anyway.
What's fun about that though? Getting your ass beat, you know?
Yeah, but like, you can't just that's fucked up, bro. Like, imagine if your kid's on the team that you guys are winning, like they're getting punished for being too good. It's not like,
I mean, I'd be pissed if my kids are on the team. I'd be happy if my kids are not on the team.
Because it's a local rec league, right? So
yeah.
like, I can only assume that this team just happened to come together and a bunch of the kids are like fucking sons of people who play a lot of football, right? So they're like,
well, when I hear the
naturally
point
talented
difference, you know, I'm thinking like something's rigged here, you know?
199-6. Well, that's over like, how many games do you think? 8?
Yeah, it's usually like 8 games.
Yeah, 8. So they're kicking teams' ass like 24-0, 25-0.
That's crazy, man.
I mean, that's not terrible. I mean, you're obviously getting your ass beat, but like,
you're getting an ass whooping handed, dude.
Sometimes your kids got to learn that shit, bro. Like, you got to fucking get into that final, get your ass beat. Especially since, like, you never know. Like, kids can live up to it. Like, you get those kids in the playoffs, and then another team is, like, steps up, you know?
They fucking remember the Titans their ass.
Yeah, like, that's a crowning achievement for that other team. Like, the team who was really good and expected to win loses, you know? That's like that. That's that kind of shit you see on the news. You make the local news for that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Perspective-wise, like, if I'm on that team, I'm pissed. If I'm not on that team, I'm happy.
Like,
I'm going to be honest. Yeah, if my kids are in the league or whatever.
But do you think you'd go as far as not letting them compete, though?
Like, if I was a director or whatever of the program?
Or will you just tell your kids to be like, oh, you get ready for an ass whooping?
Maybe I wouldn't go about it that way, you know? Like, I'd probably give them, like, the championship trophy and then be like, here's the real championship game. You know? People the same level or whatever. But, yeah, I think you're right. Everybody's getting participation.
Well, even if you didn't do that, right? Anyways. Like, you could set up, like, give them something, bro. Fucking break them off a piece of something. Like, take, like, have your kids do a tournament.
Like, hit up the high school team?
No, like, have your kids do, like, the tournament, right? And then pull an all-star team out of all the other teams to play that team.
Maybe. I don't fucking know, dude. Because to be able to be that good, something had to have been, like, conscrewed, dude. Like, they were doing something. There's no way.
No, because you can luck out.
Because no matter how good a team is, like, I don't think it's that bad.
Well, yeah, but you also got to think about it, right? So, like, you're talking 7, 8-year-old kids, right? So, like, if one kid is just really good at throwing the ball and one kid is really good at catching the ball, like,
maybe that's it.
That's it. Because my little brother, when he was playing soccer at like 7 years old, was just used to using with the ball on his feet, you know? So, like, he would fucking knock 12 goals into a team. And, like...
Well, yeah, I had a cousin that did that too, right?
Yeah, he would demoralize the fucking other team, like, bad. But, like, it's not that we trained him. It's just that he's always been around the ball. So, like, he naturally... What the kids are learning now is what he has already got.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
So, like, I feel like
maybe they should play those kids up or something, you know? Like... Because, I mean, just losing demoralizes kids from wanting to play, too, you know?
Well, yeah, but that's why you got to make it, like, still fun. You know, like, I feel like they could have done it in a way where, like, yeah, you play it, and then, like, kind of like how baseball does a 10-run rule, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Do, like, a 2-touchdown, now all your players have to switch positions or some bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
I don't know how you do it in football because I'm not familiar with the dynamic. I don't even know how many kids play on the field at 7 or 8. Like, fucking 6?
No, I think it's a whole team.
They don't put 11, right? It's like 7.
Yeah.
It's like 7 kids or some shit.
My kid was like playing like flag football and they had a whole team.
Yeah, but there's only like 7 kids on the field, or do they have a whole fucking lineup?
No, yeah, they have a whole line.
Okay, well, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, they had like a line, quarterback, everything, bro.
I get the perspective, though. I'd be fucking pissed. If my kid was a beast and like they were just like, hey, your kid can't do the playoffs, bro, I swear I'm just showing up to the playoffs with my kid. and I'm just gonna like be like, go in there and intercept that shit.
God damn, bro.
Because like the outrage is so different. Because like I feel like if my mom saw me kicking everyone's ass, and then the league was like, oh, you guys can't play the playoffs, she would like throw a big ass fucking thing. She'd be like, hey, fuck you guys, you're not being fair to my kids. But then it's also, I can see her like, if I'm the kid on the team that's getting their ass beat every game by like 9.
Like on the other end,
she's gonna come out and be like, why the fuck are these kids
why
even
are
in the
you
league?
punishing them for being so good, you know?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. Like I said, it'd be like what place am I in? It would decide what kind of fucking reaction I have.
You just gotta put your helmet on, bro. Get out there.
Yeah.
Play lineman. You're fucking holding back like 6 little kids.
No, I did play, bro. Like I was supposed to play like 7th grade. Yeah, it was like 7th grade football, middle school here. But I played fucking City League because I was still under the age or whatever.
All right.
So I was the biggest motherfucker on there, and they made me a fullback, and they used to call me Big One. Like a play on my name and shit. Yeah, I got pictures of like kids pulling down my pants and shit because I'm like big.
Just too big.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I think I've told this story before because after that season, they made you wear a red fucking tape on your helmet if you were too big.
Oh, really?
So you couldn't run the ball, yeah.
Oh, they changed the rules?
Yeah, they changed the rules.
You changed the rules of the game, bro?
Yeah. I fucking got the rules changed.
You're like
crazy.
Shaq in the NBA?
Yeah.
But for like rec league football?
Rec league football, yeah.
Was that rec or like the competitive shit?
It was like the city football,
The city league, right? City league.
Yeah, because there's 2 leagues here. One of them's called PAL.
Which is that, rec?
Which is the city league. And then there's Optimus, which is like more private. But Optimus even has like a weight limit. So they won't let like big ass kids play with like little kids or whatever.
Because they just want them to be hella competitive, like same size kids.
I don't think that's why. I think they just don't want kids hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Mainly,
That's because a
main
big ass
reason.
kid will truck a little ass kid.
Yeah. And I mean,
No fucking remorse.
even though they're the same age and shit, they just fucking are like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, because some kids get huge. Isn't your son like fucking tall as fuck for his age?
He's tall and big as fuck for his age, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you
All
said
3 of them are.
You said he was like 120% like height for
Yeah.
his age or some shit.
Yeah, they're tall, bro. Well, I mean, their mom's like tall for a girl, and I'm decent height. Our grandpa was tall as fuck. We got uncles that are tall as fuck, so I think maybe they got those genes.
That makes sense.
But yeah, man, special shout out to your ass, bro. You keep ripping ass.
I farted like twice, bro. The rest of those are my stomach. I'm
Usually
hungry.
I don't say that, but they fucking stink today, bro.
Dude, I farted like twice. I'm not embarrassed. That's my life, bro. Sometimes I fart.
I know. Usually, like I said, I wouldn't mention it, but like, fuck, bro. What you eat?
I don't know. I think it's because I don't think it's what I ate. I think it's the lack of eating after a
Yeah.
while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's just like a air bubble in there that needs to get
You're
out.
lucky though, bro. You didn't have to fucking eat leftover fucking Thanksgiving food for 2 or 3 days.
I've been eating it.
Oh, you brought some?
I have ham and mashed potatoes.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I've been fucking munching down too, bro. I like
Yeah.
leftover Thanksgiving food, but it's true, man. You gotta fucking eat that shit within like a week for it to even be like
A
viable.
week, not even a week, dude. I feel like after a couple days, it's
like
bad.
3 days.
Yeah.
Did you see the story about the college kid? There's a college kid who was at a frat party, I guess, or like a frat charity party,
Uh-huh.
and he did like a charity boxing match at a frat house. And
Oh, one of the kids got hurt, right?
he got hurt, right? So he went to the doctor, and he ended up having brain damage and then died a few days later.
I did see that. I
From
didn't
a-
see the whole thing. You saw that on the news feed, right? On Snapchat?
I don't know if I can remember where I saw it. I just saw it.
Yeah.
But so basically, he goes to the hospital after this charity boxing match, which is just like a frat house thing, not like a big ass event. He's not fucking Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And then he ended up having brain like damage, and then he died from the trauma like a couple days later. And the parents are like fucking outraged at how like the school would even let an event like that happen. That shit's fucking crazy, dude. Because like I've been hit in the head like before, right? Like just normal shit like sports or random ass fight with some kid or something. I feel like to get so much trauma that they fuck you up like that, like what that kind of matchup did they do? They were like, oh, charity fight, putting big ass dude against little ass guy.
I don't know, man. I guess just any real trauma to the head, could fuck you up. Like a good hit somewhere.
Yeah, like if somebody really gets
Just
you,
one hit, could fuck you up.
that'd be so fucking. I'd be so pissed, dude. Just find out like a family member died because he fucking
Wasn't a charity boxing match?
Wasn't some random ass for fun boxing match?
That's crazy, man.
Because what set of kids, I mean, I don't know about girls, but what set of boys hasn't ever fucking like pulled out boxing gloves and just boxed your friends?
Well, yeah, I mean, my brother dropped my other cousin on his head, just wrestling and shit.
All my friends did that shit. Like my friend, I have boxing gloves in my house right now and MMA gloves in my house right now. And like sometimes you just like, oh, we're all hanging out. Let's pull out the gloves and just fucking like body box. You don't hit each other in the head, but you like punch each other like in the body only.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
It'd be weird to be like the kid who, is that like manslaughter?
I don't know, man.
Can you get like jail time for that shit? I think you can get jail time. I think you can get jail time no matter how you kill someone.
You think so? Like involuntary, man?
Involuntary, yeah.
That's always crazy, man, yeah.
Or like accident. I'm sure there's some, because I don't know the system. They'll probably be like involuntary third degree manslaughter, like, because isn't it like the further the number up, the less premeditated it was or something?
I have no fucking idea what any legalities, man.
I think that other kid's doing time, bro.
I think so too. And like really, what the fuck? How do you prevent that? You just don't have the event.
Yeah, you just don't have the event.
That's the only way.
Or maybe headgear.
That's fucking hard, bro.
It's crazy because I think it's like something I would do too. Like if I was in college and like they were like, hey, boxing event at my frat, just jump in and like,
And then you die. Fuck.
I'd go in there and just do it. And then you're like, oh, my head kind of hurts, guys. Let me go to the doctor. Fucking 5 days later, you're dead.
It's like weird because like who determines whether that's wrong or right? Like whether they should be charged or not. It's like a prosecutor, I think. Or the family.
I think it's the jury. I think the prosecutor makes the point of like.
No, but I mean, who decides if they're gonna go after the kid who like killed him?
The family.
Yeah, the family.
It's got to be the family, right? Because they got to charge. Because you can decide not to charge someone, right? Or does the state have the right to charge them?
Well, that's
anyway?
what I'm saying. Like, let's say the family decides not to press charges, then the prosecutor has to step in
and then decide if he wants to press.
Yeah,
charges?
yeah, like the state of whatever. Versus
I think most of the time they respect your like family's wishes, unless it's like a plain out like murder. You know what I mean? Isn't that how that works? Because like if somebody just a regular crime, like if you decided not to press charges, then they wouldn't do anything.
Yeah. That makes sense. I don't know how the fuck.
Or maybe they have different rules for like death. Maybe they have to like take it to a certain level of prosecution before they're like, oh, we're cool.
Like there has to be like a fair, like, I don't know what you would even call it. Like they have to at least give it a chance to be able to prosecute the guy that did that, I don't fucking know, bro.
I would have won that boxing match, bro. I'd be in there like Canelo, fucking.
And now you'd be
weaving,
fucking.
Bam, 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 bam.
You'd be online to serve fucking 15 to 30.
Hey man,
you said you'd win.
True. True. The
so
fuck,
if you won, you just killed that guy,
bro. If you won, you just killed somebody.
Yeah, man.
Maybe there's like some sort of contract. Have you ever seen like those old Chinese like?
Well, I'm sure they had to
movies?
sign some sort of fucking
like a waiver.
Yeah, like a waiver to be okay to fight.
Are those strong enough to like?
I mean, it depends.
I've always wondered because like I play indoor soccer, right? They always make us sign a waiver every year, right? This waiver so like you don't sue them in case injured or whatever.
Well,
right?
I think for that they have like lawyers and shit. That
they probably have lawyers, but just in general, like, is that waiver like legally binding enough? Like, could I like somehow, if I had my own lawyer, like worm my way through it, and like find? I'm sure there's loopholes and everything.
Yeah, because I read this thing that said like they aren't necessarily like legally binding.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think to some degree it gives them like some leeway because they had people sign that before. It's weird because I mean most places you go to make you sign a waiver. Like even if we went like paintballing and shit, they make us sign a waiver to do. Well,
it reminds me of like even your friend's mom made me fucking sign a waiver to jump on her trampoline.
Yeah.
She like went upstairs, grabbed a notebook, wrote out a waiver, and then made me sign it before I could jump on her trampoline.
Like how binding is that?
Like exactly. Like how binding. First of all, like.
Yeah, I'm a kid.
Can I even sign it? Yeah, if I'm fucking 12, can I sign it and like legally be like, yeah, I was in the right mind state? Or was I just like fucking give me a fucking strawberry shortcake ice cream and let me fucking jump on the trampoline, lady? Like, get the fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Especially when you don't know like the kids and shit.
Yeah, I think the only way you can get away with something like that is if, like, you called their parents and you were like, "Hey, we have a trampoline. I just want you to know that."
Because I remember we had this other neighbor kid, and he came over, and he was like fucking with like this ball throwing thing that like wrapped around your wrist.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Basically came back, and he broke my fucking lamp, and then he cut his hand. And I was like, "Fuck, we gonna get sued." I didn't make him sign the waiver to play with the ball.
Did he pay for the lamp?
No, fuck no.
That's one of those things I feel like where you make them pay for the lamp.
Yeah, I mean, he fucking broke it.
Yeah, because
I
he
didn't
fucking
tell him, "Hey, play with this shit."
Yeah, because he fucking broke it. Like my mom's fucking cousins, they ate my brother's AirPods.
Uh-huh.
I think we talked about this before, but like basically their dog ate the AirPods and they refused to pay for it, right? And I just feel like morally, if you're not a piece of shit, like you pay for the AirPods. Like my dog eats your AirPods, I buy you a new AirPods.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I feel like in yourself, you're like, man, that was fucked up. My dog did that shit, you know?
Yeah, like, I mean, if it's something, there's always disputes, right? Like, if it's one of those weird-ass things where, like, your kid and someone else's kid got in a fight somewhere no one saw.
Yeah.
And then you're both like, no, your fucking kid started it. That's totally different. But, like, if my dog blatantly ate your shit, like, all right, bro, like, let me get you new shit.
Yeah. But, and, like, obviously they knew it was the dog because it looked all fucked up and chewed. But yeah, they were like, "No, we'll just give you our old ones."
Yeah, basically, they were just like, "You can just have our old AirPods." I don't even think they offered their old ones because that's almost kind of a solution.
Yeah.
Like as long as they worked.
Yeah, I don't fucking know, bro.
All right, well, let's move on to the hypothetical
I'm still on
moment.
the theory that your brother broke him on purpose. No,
Oh,
I'm
you
just
think
kidding.
he broke for the new one?
No, I'm just fucking. That's just a joke.
He's out here fucking insurance frauding as a
Your
13-year-old kid.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to the hypothetical moment. Hypothetical question we do at the end of every episode for fun, just to see, you know, if we can make people think and shit. This episode is: if you had to delete all but 3 apps from your phone, which 3 apps are you keeping?
That's a good question, bro. I don't know.
I have like a total
For right
of
now,
like 45 apps or some shit. I have a lot.
For right now, it would be TikTok,
Okay.
Facebook.
Picking Facebook doesn't give you Messenger, right? Because they're 2 different apps.
That's a weird question because they kind of go hand in hand.
They do go hand in hand, but I don't think like it counts like that.
Because you have
if
to,
you pick
because
Facebook,
you have
then you
to,
could like be like, well, Instagram.
because you have to download a separate app. I don't think it does.
Yeah, I don't think it does because it's a separate app.
Yeah.
So you have to pick like
So actually,
your
I'm
feed or Messenger.
yeah. So I'm probably keeping Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, like the regular one, not the Messenger.
All right.
And the third one would probably be my banking app because it's so convenient. Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
All right. So you went TikTok, Facebook, banking app.
Yeah.
Those aren't bad picks.
I think those are the 3 I frequent the most, anyways.
All right. For me, yeah, TikTok for sure right now because I use it all the time now. So I'd go TikTok, Spotify. I gotta have my Spotify because without music, fuck, I would be bored at work.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, that's where I listen to like podcasts and shit. Let me think. So those 2 for sure.
Damn.
Does messages count as an app?
Yeah.
Like just text messaging?
No, because that's like default, right? We're talking about like
Yeah, that's default.
third party.
Yeah, well, that's default.
Yeah.
I think that counts as a default. So if I had to pick something else, fuck, what apps are on my phone?
I would say if I replaced any of my 3, it'd probably be the banking app for YouTube. Because you just said music, and I'm like, shit.
Yeah. I think I gotta go for my third one. I gotta go like a streaming service because I use them a lot. I'm probably gonna go Hulu.
Yeah, on my phone, I don't really use this.
No, I'm gonna go HBO Max.
Oh, you want that Skinamax, bro?
So fucking
Cheers.
TikTok. What was my second one?
You said TikTok, Spotify.
Yeah, TikTok, Spotify, HBO Max,
Cool, man.
or Hulu. No, Hulu. I'm taking Hulu.
Hulu?
Yeah, because it's got more like TV show shit.
Until they create the app that like merges them all. Yeah. I think that would be a great idea.
Because I'm going with those 2. That's called cable.
No. Like an app?
Like Sling TV?
No. Because you stream like live TV on those, right?
Yeah.
But these would just have like your whole library of all your streaming services in one place.
Oh, that's smart. Like a cohesive thing?
Yeah. Where like it just downloads all the movies on there, and then you can just click on that one thing and look at everything for every streaming service you're subscribed to.
Yeah, because a lot of them have, like, whenever a movie gets like released where it's like free for any streaming service to have it, they all pick it up like the same day.
Yeah.
And then you see it on all of them. Like Pain and Gain is on like all of them right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's weird. I didn't know that happened. Because I just saw that Clifford the Big Red Dog movie.
Yeah, okay.
It's on your fucking Paramount Plus or whatever. And I have it too. But my kids just went to the theater and watched it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I had no fucking idea it was on the streaming service.
Damn.
But I don't care. I mean, it's an experience, right? It's kind of like going to a Blockbuster and
Yeah,
shit.
but do kids in theaters really experience it the same? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like kids don't fucking pay attention, bro.
Yeah. My kids love it.
So, you got rid of what? Or well, you kept what?
TikTok, Facebook, and probably YouTube. I'd get rid of the banking app, actually.
So, you're keeping YouTube?
Yeah.
All right, and I went fucking TikTok, Spotify, HBO Max. No, Hulu.
Hulu, yeah. Right on, man.
Right now, it's got to be Hulu because I've been watching a shit ton of 60 Days In.
That was a good-ass question, especially because, like, we live on our phones and shit, you know?
We live on our phones, bro. And there's, like, apps that for certain people are just way more important, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, some fucking sex-crazed girl fucking probably won't get rid of her Tinder. Some fucking nerdy-ass mega no-life dude probably won't get rid of Pokemon Go.
Yeah. I mean, we never got rid of it, to be fair.
I still have it, but I'm just saying, like, I could live without Pokemon Go. I don't know if I could live without Spotify.
You could. Come on, man.
I listen to music every fucking day.
Yeah. But
Like, I don't even, like, music has evolved so much that my phone is basically my car stereo. Like, my car stereo is almost less relevant than the phone because if I don't have my phone, I don't even listen to the radio in my car.
Yeah, they shouldn't even put radios anymore. They should just put, like, Bluetooth adapters.
Yeah, they should just put, like, a phone socket, you know? Like, you
Yeah.
stick your phone and it just charges and, like, it becomes the face of your radio.
Yeah. Well, they do it for a lot of interfaces where, like, it's like Apple CarPlay or...
Yeah, they do the Bluetooth shit, but I
Yeah.
just mean in general, like, cars should just come with fucking phone chargers nowadays.
The phone radio. I mean, the radio should just be a phone, I guess.
Yeah, so I need Spotify, man. Gotta have the tunes, bro. How are you gonna listen to, like, music to fit your mood?
I feel like I get that off of YouTube.
That's true. You're
Because
combining both.
when I'm making rugs and shit, I just got the YouTube on and shit. The YouTube.
All right. That's the fucking end of the episode. You can listen to us on fucking Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, basically anywhere you can find a fucking podcast.
Pandora. It's been real popular. Come on, tap in if you're listening on Pandora.
For real. Doesn't it feel like Pandora is so outdated that I've never used it?
You know why I think it's popping up? Because we've made our podcast available on Facebook. And I'm pretty sure they use Pandora as like their server or whatever for it.
Maybe. Also because like some of the episodes we have music-based shit. So like if you type in like Ice Cube in Pandora, our thing will pop up because one of them is like titled like Ice Cube's best songs or some
really?
shit.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so people probably just clicking on that shit on accident. Like, oh, damn, I thought I was about to listen to a playlist, and it's just us talking.
Well, right on. Yeah. We do have like winter merch up too.
Yeah,
Couple
dude, get
people
the
bought-
beanie, bro. I'm about to get that shit.
Shout out to Michelle. You a real one for purchasing some merch. And also David. David, your roommate. Shout out to him.
Both who are unrelated to me.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. So they're representing for real.
Yeah, it's dope.
And the
So-
beanie's nice, bro. Like, it actually, when David got in the mail, I was like, oh, damn, it's actually like a nice quality ass.
Yeah. I mean,
looking
it's like any
bro.
beanie you'd get at the store just with our name on it. So if you check it out, thanks a lot.
I
And
fucking
also,
rock with it.
TikTok's been blown up. So if you want to check us out on TikTok.
Yeah, we put up a fucking Spider-Man TikTok the other day when we talked about the villains, and for some reason it got like 11,000 views right away. So
Yeah, people always shit on us.
maybe because the movie's coming out.
Feel free to go in. Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yep. The movie is coming out. So
See, we're out here blowing our own fucking minds.
check out our TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Even though we're not active on Twitter.
Not that active on Twitter. Like, if you really want to like get in touch, Facebook, TikTok, And like we have like not comment sections, but like there's questions we put up on the Spotify and stuff that you can like interact with.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, if we ever get more people following or listening and shit, I'm sure we'll do like some sort of giveaway type shit or like some sort of appreciation type shit. Maybe like,
yeah, we'll probably do a 100th episode giveaway. I think that would be cool.
yeah, something dope like that. We're trying to get our sisters on the show, but they're embarrassed.
Yeah, that's so funny. I invited her today. I was like, I'll see you at 4, Gerald. All right. All right. Well, peace.
Peace.